Israel has launched direct airstrikes on multiple targets in the heart of Damascus, the capital of Syria. These include areas near the presidential palace, the Syrian military headquarters, and the defense ministry. The Israeli Defense Forces say the operation was conducted in response to violent actions by the Syrian regime against Druze civilians in southern Syria, particularly in the restive province of Sweida. The strike marks one of the most direct and symbolic attacks by Israel on Syrian state infrastructure in recent years. According to the Israeli military, these operations were approved by top political leaders and are part of a larger effort to deter aggression near Israel's northern frontier. Footage from Damascus shows explosions near government compounds, with eyewitnesses confirming a strike in the vicinity of the presidential palace. One person was reported dead and 18 injured, according to Syria's health ministry. But what exactly triggered this latest escalation? Sweida, a predominantly Druze region in southern Syria, had maintained a fragile calm since the end of the civil war. That peace broke down after a ceasefire collapsed between government forces and local Druze militias. What began as isolated clashes quickly spiraled into a violent campaign of kidnappings, street battles, and retaliatory attacks. The Israeli government claims its intervention is aimed at protecting the Druze community from further violence, especially after reports surfaced of Syrian government troops siding with Sunni Bedouin fighters in brutal crackdowns. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a stark warning to Druze residents, urging them not to cross into Syria and describing the situation in Sweida as very serious. Israel's defense minister Israel Katz followed up with an even sharper tone, promising to deliver painful blows to Syrian forces until all hostile units are withdrawn from the region. Israel's airstrikes were not limited to military sites alone. In a shocking moment caught on camera, a Syrian state television building was hit during a live broadcast. The viral video shows a news anchor fleeing the set as explosions rock the studio, signaling just how deep these strikes are reaching into the Syrian regime's symbolic core. These events unfold against a backdrop of internal instability in both countries. In Syria, a new Sunni-majority leadership has taken power following the surprise ousting of Bashar al-Assad in late 2024. Though the civil war is officially over, Syria remains fractured. Minority groups, especially the Druze, are deeply divided over whether to accept the new regime or push for regional autonomy. Meanwhile, in Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu is facing growing pressure at home. His ruling coalition has lost its parliamentary majority after the Shah's party walked out over disputes surrounding military draft exemptions. That political crisis adds yet another layer of complexity to Israel's foreign and defense policy decisions. International reaction to the strikes has been swift. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressed concern, revealing that Washington is in direct contact with both Israeli and Syrian officials. He emphasized the need to de-escalate and called for urgent dialogue to prevent the conflict from widening. But Israel appears determined to maintain pressure. Military officials have confirmed a redeployment of troops from Gaza to the Syrian border, underscoring how seriously Tel Aviv views the threat from the north. Defense leaders say airstrikes will continue until all regime troops near Israel's border are withdrawn. The fate of the Druze remains uncertain. Caught in the middle of a regional power struggle, they face internal divisions, growing hostility from neighboring factions, and the looming possibility of more foreign intervention. Whether Israel's actions will truly shield them or plunge the region into deeper chaos is still unclear. What is clear is this: with airstrikes hitting the seat of Syrian power and troops massing near a volatile frontier, the conflict is far from over. And the next move, whether diplomatic or military, could shape the future of Syria, Israel, and the entire Middle East.